Look at these. Aren't they amazing? This is what we're making today. Stained glass window sugar cookies. I can actually see through them. Yeah, they're so festive looking. I wonder how they taste. The beautiful color of these stained glass sugar cookies basically comes from a bag of Jolly Ranchers. I have just separated out the colors, and what you do, these are the blues. This is actually called blue raspberry. Just put them in a bag. This is my mallet for meat tenderizing. And what I do is I just crush them up. Not real fine. You want chunks. These stained glass sugar cookies are made with your basic sugar cookie dough. So let's look at the ingredients that we need. We have 2 1/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of unsalted butter at room temp. Basically, this is a 1.5 sticks of butter. We also have 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 large egg at room temp, and our vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You want to make sure that your butter and your egg are room temp. This will help all the ingredients incorporate a lot easier. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our room temp butter and our sugar, and we're going to cream that together so it's nice and smooth for about 2 minutes. So into the bowl we go. We have our butter, and we have our 3/4 cup of sugar. We'll get that mixing real quick. Now let's take our egg, get that in there, and our vanilla. And we're going to beat this on medium speed for about another minute. Last thing, our dry ingredients. That would be our 2 1/4 cups of flour, our baking powder, and our salt. Let's see if it sticks like it usually does. Yes, it is. There we go. I'm gonna start the mixer off slow because I don't want a big cloud dust. There we go. We are just going to mix this until the dough comes together. Now that our dough is done mixing, it should be a very soft dough. I should be able to go like this, manipulate it with my fingers without having it stick to my hands. If it's sticking all over to my hands, that's a little too sticky, too soft, and we might want to add some flour to it, but this is great. This is exactly how it should be. Let's take our dough, and we're going to separate it into 2 somewhat equal portions. It really doesn't matter because we're just going to be rolling it out and using a cookie cutter to cut out our stars for our stained glass window sugar cookies. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly flour a piece of parchment, and we're going to roll the dough out to about 1/4 inch of thickness. I'm going to just put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin, and we're just going to roll this out. So you're probably wondering, why didn't I just wrap my dough up to begin with and put it in the freezer? Because we know with sugar cookie dough, it needs to be chilled about 1 hour to 2 hours. Here's my reasoning, and here's a little tip. It's much easier to cut cookies out of chilled dough that's already rolled out. Just something I've always done. So I'm going to take some plastic wrap, And I'm going to put it, if it cooperates, over the dough. There we go. And then I'm going to take this parchment paper with the other piece of dough rolled out and put that on top. And then I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap. And then we're going to chill it in the Then we're going to chill it in the refrigerator for about an hour. I'll check it. Might be an hour and a half, 2 hours. It depends. And then we'll come back. Our dough is chilled, and these are the cookie cutters I'm going to be using. I have, this is probably about a 3-inch star, and then a 1.5-inch star, something like that. Make the cutouts in the dough ahead of time like this. Now I'm going to take my small cookie cutter and I'm going to line it up like this. And I'm just going to press it in like that. And it just came out perfect. Since the dough is so chilled, it just kind of comes out like this. Now normally, or what you could do, so you have these 2 smaller stars here, and you can either put them back into the dough and re-roll them so that you can make more cutouts like this, or you can keep these and bake them as is. And I think today I'm just going to keep these and bake them as they are. So we'll have 9 big stained glass sugar cookies, and then we'll have 9 small sugar cookies. See how easy this is? This is why I like to roll my dough out ahead of time and chill it. Just makes things so easy. And there we go. There are our cutouts, and now we're going to put in our Jolly Ranchers. So I have my 3 colors of Jolly Ranchers. I have purple, red, and blue. So I'll just do 3 of each color. And all you do is you take your Jolly Ranchers and you put them in the middle like this. These will melt as they cook to form that beautiful stained glass effect. And last but not least, our blue. This is going to be pretty. One other thing I want to do, which is totally optional, before I put these in the oven, is I've taken an egg white, lightly beaten an egg white, and I'm just going to go over the edges of the cookies with this, because I'm going to be topping these with some decorative sugar. It's basically a sparkly white sugar. And the egg white that I'm putting on is going to help the sparkling sugar to stick. And it's going to create a really nice golden sheen when these are all done. I'm going to sprinkle it just a little bit on the outsides of these cookies. Give it a little extra sparkle. Go. And into the oven we go. These are going to be baking at 350 degrees for about between 12 and 14 minutes, depending on how the candy melts and how the top of the cookie looks. So our stained glass cookies are out of the oven and they are looking really pretty. You need to leave them on the cookie sheet for about 15 minutes so that the Jolly Ranchers have set. And as you can see, they have. So I'm going to transfer these to a cooling rack so that they can cool completely. I am so happy with the end result. Now let's get them onto a plate. Well, thanks for coming along with me as we made these stained glass sugar cookies. I'm really impressed. Guaranteed to bring a smile to anybody's face that you make these for. See you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment in the comments section below and share this video with your friends. I've added a link to the recipe in the description below. See you next time on Simply Wendy Live, Love, Bake.